Krishna. As the Lord appeared in his original form, all demigods offered prayers when the Lord was in the womb of Devaki. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, Hari in his original form, appeared as Vishnu, so that his father and mother could understand that his son was the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because they were afraid of Kamsa. When the Lord appeared as an ordinary child, they took him to Gokula, the home of Nanda Maharaja. The Lord says that his appearance, birth and activities are called transcendental, that one who factually understands then is immediately eligible to be transferred to spiritual world. The Lord's appearance or birth is not like that of an ordinary man who is forced to accept material body according to his past deeds. He appears out of his sweet pleasure. When the time matured for the appearance of Lord, the constellation became very auspicious. The astrological influence of constellation known as Rohini was also predominant because this constellation is considered very auspicious. Rohini is under direct supervision of Brahma, who is born of Vishnu, and it appears at the birth of Lord Vishnu, who in fact birthless. At the time of Krishna's birth, the planetary systems were automatically adjusted so that everything became auspicious. The sun, the moon and other stars and planets were very peaceful. At that time, in all directions, east, west, north, south, everywhere, there was an atmosphere of peace and prosperity. Auspicious stars were visible in the sky and on the surface in all towns and villages or pasturing grounds. And within the mind of everyone, there was signs of good fortune. The rivers were flowing full of water and the lakes were beautifully decorated with lotus flowers. The forests were full with beautiful birds and peacocks. All the birds within the forest began to sing with sweet voices and the peacock began to dance with their concerts. The wind blew very pleasantly, carrying the aroma of different flowers, and the sensation of bodily touch was very pleasing. At the home of Brahmanas, who were accustomed to offer sacrifice in the fire, found their homes very pleasant for offerings. Because of disturbance by demonic kings, the sacrificial fire has been almost stopped in the houses of Brahmanas. But now they find the opportunity to start the fire peacefully. Being forbidden to offer sacrifices, the Brahmanas were very distressed in mind, intelligence and activities. But on the point of Krishna's birth, automatically their minds became full of joy. Because they could hear loud vibration in the sky of transcendental sounds, proclaiming the appearance of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. On the occasion of Lord Krishna's birth, seasonal change took place throughout the entire universe. Krishna was born during the month of September, yet appeared like springtime. The atmosphere, however, was very cool, although not chilly, and the reservoirs appeared just as they would in Sarat, the falls. Lotuses and lilies blossom only during the day, but although Krishna appeared at 12 o'clock midnight, lilies and lotus were in bloom, and thus the wind blowing at the time was full of fragrance. Kinnaras and Gandharvas began to sing auspicious songs. The Siddhas and Charanas offered auspicious prayers, and Vidyarthis along with Apsaras began to dance in jubilation. At the time for the Lord's appearance, the great sages and the demigods became pleased, began to shower flowers at the seashore. There was the sound of mild waves, and above the sea there was clouds in the sky which began to thunder very pleasingly. When everything were adjusted like this, Lord Vishnu, who is residing within the hearts of every living entities, appeared in the darkness of light as the Supreme Personality of Godhead before Devaki, who appeared as one of the demigoddesses. The appearance of Lord Vishnu at the time could be compared to the waning of full moon in the sky on the eastern horizon. Connection may be raised that since Lord Krishna appeared on the eighth day of waning moon, there would be no waning of the full moon. In answer to this, it may be said that Lord Krishna appeared in the dynasty which is in the hierarchy of the moon. Therefore, although the moon was incomplete on that night because of Lord's appearance in the dynasty, whereas the moon is himself the original person, the moon was in a overjoyous condition. So by the grace of Krishna, he could appear as a full moon. To welcome the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the waning moon became a full moon in jubilation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead has inconceivable potency. He can be within everyone's heart and yet not be situated variously. The Lord is one, but he can appear in everyone's heart by his inconceivable potency. Thus, although the Lord was within the hearts of Devaki, he appeared as her child. The Brahma Samhita confirms that the Lord situated even within the atom. He is situated in the matter, in Vaikuntha and in the core of the hearts. Therefore, one should clearly understand that he did not live like an ordinary child in the heart or in the womb of Devaki. One should never regard him as having taken birth like an ordinary child. Vasudeva then saw the newborn child who had very wonderful lotus-like eyes and who bore in his four hands the four weapons Shankha, Gada, Chakra and Padma. On his chest was the mark of Srivacha and on his neck the brilliant Kaustubhajam. Dressed in yellow, his body blackish like a dense cloud, his scattered hair fully grown, and his helmet and earrings sparkling uncommonly with the valuable gems Vaiduria. The child decorated with the brilliant belt, anklets, bangles and other ornaments appeared very wonderfully. Vasudeva saw his extraordinary son. His eyes were stuck with wonder in transcendental jubilation. He mentally collected 10,000 cows and distributed them among the Brahmanas as a transcendental festival. Vasudeva realized the Supreme Personality and bowed down and offered prayers. Wishing you all happy Krishna Janmashtami.